Welcome to Lorain High School, home of the Lorain Titans, where we have freshman volleyball for you today. It's a Lake Erie League match with the Lorain Titans taking on the Tigers from Warrensville Heights. Hi again, everybody. Rob Polinsky, Joe Bach, pleased to be with you for another fall season of sports on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television. And today, the Lorain Titans freshmen will play their first match against Warrensville Heights, who comes in with a record of 1-0. Lorain is in the white jerseys with the blue shorts, and Warrensville Heights, they are in the blue jerseys with blue shorts. As the officials double-check the starting lineups for each team, we should be just about set to get underway. Joe, great to be back with you for another year of sports on WLCS TV 20.
Yeah, likewise, Rob. Glad to have you back as well. The Lady Titans have played a match or two. This is their first conference match.
Oh,
today.
okay. The freshman coach, Devin Bray, told me it was their first game of the year. And
maybe for the freshmen it is.
Yeah, I think so, because I don't think they play as much as the JV or varsity do. So.
But this is the start of conference play for all three levels.
And there's going to be an ace from the first serve from Warrensville Heights. They take a 1-0 lead, and that ace is off the serve of Talia Fudge. So Warrensville Heights leads 1-0. In the best 2 of 3, you play to 25. Fudge with another good high, deep serve set there, and it will be sent over on the third hit by the Titans, but a little too deep, and that goes out of bounds. It is 2-0. And for the Titans, sending it over was Imani Barker, but she hit a little too far, and it's 2-0. Fudge off to a nice start here. That's her third consecutive serve that's been in, and a little miss hit there on the set. And Warrensville's out to a quick 3-0 lead. And Joe, I can see why they have Fudge starting the match here serving, because half the battles, you get it over the net. And she's done that 3 consecutive times. Yeah,
looking good as a server. And the Lady Titans don't want to get too much behind here.
There's going to be a set, and the set heading over on the left side by Brajaya Phillips. Sent back. That's Phillips right there, sending it back to the Warrensville Heights side. And the battle at the net goes to Warrensville Heights. They're able to get it, as unable to dig it out was Michaela Mateer. And Brajaya Phillips that time with a couple of hits, but Warrensville Heights leads 4-0. And there's a miss hit by the Titans. It'll be 5-0 as Isis Ferguson was unable to pass it ahead.
Not a great start to the season here for the freshman Lady Titans, Rob.
And it's 6-0 they trail, as Warrensville Heights off to a real nice start here, Joe. And let's see, it looks like we're going to get a substitution. Nope, we're just taking a minute to get the ball in. But a nice job of starting this off by Talia Fudge. Again, freshman volleyball, a young lady from Warrensville Heights, serving ahead 6-0 in game 1. And her 7th consecutive serve is good. It was an ace, as that went between Barker and Ileana Marrero, and it makes it 7-0. So Ileana Marrero unable to send it over. And again, a miscommunication here for the Titans. You can see maybe some first match jitters, Joe, where they're not quite sure what to do, and it seems like each young lady's looking at somebody else for a little help. And Coach Bray notices that, and that is Coach Devin Bray right there on your television monitor as you see her talking with her team as they trail here 8-0. Real nice start for Warrensville Heights, and I think the Titans just need to communicate a little bit better, and this being their first match of the year, probably just got to get a little bit used to what they're doing out there.
Yeah, I think it's a good timeout. Do a reset here and try to gather your thoughts, and you got to return the ball. But to Warrensville Heights' credit, they've been able to get the ball over, which at the lower levels is sometimes a challenge.
The serve as a miss hit from the back row. It's 9-0 Warrensville Heights. So the Titans yet to serve, as Talia Fudge has done an excellent job here starting off this match. And the second hit there for the Titans by Marrero, and they're unable to send it back over. Makes it 10-0. And really, Joe, it hasn't been real fancy or complicated, not any long points here. It's just the fact that Lorain is really struggling getting it over the net. And that time they are able to. I was hoping I could end the jinx. And there's Lorain's first point as they get up 10-1. As that was Michaela Mateer sending it over. And the Titans will serve for the first time tonight. The freshman game 1 trailing by a score of 10-1. And that is going to be Nia Carter. Nia Carter set to serve for the Titans. Nia with a line drive serve, and it gets hit out of bounds, 10-2. That was Juliana Jackson trying to put it in play for Warrensville Heights from the left side of that front row. And Joe, she got it over the net, but it was out of bounds, wide, and it's a point for Lorain. So Nia Carter. And hits it into the net. That'll be a point for Warrensville Heights, and they now lead 11-2. And they get the serve back. Serving for the freshman team is Nevaeh Harris. Left-handed serve. She puts it into the net. That means a point for the Titans, and it's 11-3. Back-to-back missed serves. And Imani Barker serving for the Titans. You get a good look at her there. Barker with a good deep serve, and that's a point for Lorain. Probably Lorain's best serve of the match, Joe, here early on. You get it to that back row and you get it deep in the corner. You're not sure, do you play it? Do you let it go? Is it going to be in bounds, out of bounds?
Right, perfectly placed.
There's that line drive, and let's see, that's out of bounds, just wide. 12-4, Warrensville Heights. Serve into the net, point Lorain. They trail 12-5 here. Game 1 just underway. Freshman volleyball for the Titans. It's their first match of 2022, according to their first-year coach, Devin Bray. I was kind of joking with her, Joe, because I'm bugging her for names and pronunciations and information. And young lady, first year, first match, was slightly nervous before the match. And Isis Ferguson sends it over for the Titans, and that point makes it 12-6.
Did you tell her she was going to be on TV 20?
I told her she was going to do just fine in her career with Lorain. Yes, I did mention that we were doing this on TV 20. And sent over, but out of bounds for the Titans. That is Nia Carter. And that point goes to Warrensville Heights, and the Tigers lead 13-6 here in game 1. If you're wondering, at the freshman and JV level, they play 2 games out of 3, or 2 sets out of 3, however you prefer to term it. And the games go to 25. You must win by at least 2 points. And that serve is out of bounds wide. That was Michaela Brown for Warrensville Heights. Couldn't keep it in play. Point to Lorain. They trail 13-7. So since trailing 10-0, Lorain's done a better job. They've outscored Warrensville Heights 7-3 to try to claw their way back into game 1. Michaela Mateer serving for the Titans. And there's the set. And from the left side of the front row, nice cross-court hit for Warrensville Heights. Sent back over, and trying to dig that one out, unable to, was Phillips. A good job by Marrero, as Marrero got it over to the Warrensville Heights side, but the point goes to the Tigers, and they lead 14-7. It's one of our longest rallies of the points of the match. And unable to dig that out and pass it forward was Imani Barker. So it's 15-7. Joe, we've talked about it, but in volleyball, you've got to serve, receive, you've got to pass it, and then obviously set it and then send it over. And if you can't do one of those things, then it really makes it tough. And for the Titans so far, they're having a hard time, I think, doing that serve, receive, getting it to their setter so that they can get their offense set up. Ileana Marrero serving for the Titans. Good high serve that's dug out by Warrensville Heights, sent back over by Mateer.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. And the right side of that front row for the Warrensville Heights with a good kill shot. That time of Juliana Jackson. And it makes it 16-8. So Warrensville Heights has doubled them up, and they will serve. Deja Eberhardt serving. Can't get it over the net. Point for the Titans, make it 16-9.
Yeah, see if we can close that gap a little bit.
Isis Ferguson. And she's not able to get it over the net. Isis struggled with that serve. And it's 17-9. Well, let's see. Are we going to redo this? I guess they're redoing it, so don't give her the point. Isis Ferguson again can't get it over the net, so it is indeed 17-9. Joe, I think you and I have talked about it over the years. To me, serving, it's just, you know, you got to keep doing it the same. And I kind of equate it to free throw shooting in basketball, you know, where you, whatever your routine is, whatever you do it the same every single time, and you just get in that rhythm, and it almost becomes second nature, just kind of automatic. But that comes from a lot of repetition.
Yeah, a lot of points are scored off the serve, so I mean, it's very critical. You can't score if you can't get it over the net. And
especially at these lower levels, Joe, if you can't do anything else, if you get it over the net, like look at our first server of the match.
Right,
Talia Fudge gets 10 straight serves, and they're up 10-0.
Right.
18-10, and since then, we've had several missed serves from both teams. And again, that's going to be a violation against Lorain. Okay.
Yep.
And that young lady for the Titans was Nia Carter, who was unable to get the serve in. So it's 19-10 Warrensville Heights. Game one, Freshmen. And it's 20-10 is, again, a little lack of communication. Titans let it fall between them. And they're going to take the timeout. They're going to take their second timeout here of game one. As the Titans took a timeout after they trailed 8-0.
Hey, Rob, I can tell you about a couple, there's a couple changes in Lorain Sports, just to kind of bring you up to speed.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll mention it. So this year, we have soccer at the middle school level.
Okay.
We'll be covering some games there. And it's a co-ed. It's a boys-girls soccer, middle school. And then our football teams, we have one team for each grade level. So we don't no longer have Longfellow, General Johnny, or Southview, but we have a Lorain team for 7th grade and a Lorain team for 8th grade.
Okay. And they'll play other LEL schools on.
And they'll play different, actually LEL, other schools. And then we play Firelands, we play some other teams. So, they play the home games are all played at George Daniel.
Oh, that's great.
So that's kind of cool.
And I know for some programs at the middle school level, Joe, they combine the 7th and 8th graders because they just don't have enough kids. But that's not the case with Lorain. They can have a 7th grade team and an 8th grade team.
Yes.
Okay, great. Good for them.
So, gone are the days where we had 7th and 8th for each three of the schools.
And gone are the days where I have to remember, is it General Johnny Wilson? Is it where are we at here? So it's just one team. And, I like that, Joe, because you're going to be combined in high school, so why not get used to each other in middle school?
Yes, yeah. That was one of the pros to doing that.
All right, serving is Nevaeh Harris. Warrensville Heights leads 21-10. That left-handed serve, unable to pass it ahead. We're the Titans, and that makes it 22-10. And it was Isis Ferguson who was unable to get that ahead. So we'll see here now. Warrensville Heights is 3 points away from game number 1 here. We'll take a break in between games. Nice deep serve, and from the back row, Unable to pass it ahead was Marrero. It's 23-10, and Warrensville Heights 2 points away from game one. With a nice deep serve that's dug out better by Marrero, and sending it over is Phillips, but it's wide out of bounds. Now, Titans did a better job that time, but Phillips couldn't keep it in bounds, and we are at match point.
Game point.
Game point, thank you. And that's wide, out of bounds, 24-11. I think I got my U.S. Open watching last night confused with this. You know, Joe, I was watching that last night, and there was a first-round men's match, and I don't remember the two participants right now off the top of my head. Although the higher seed, he was a 4th seed, and he got beat. But point being, there were 9 match points before he lost. Yeah. I have never seen that in all the years I've watched tennis.
That's a lot.
Oh, my goodness. To save 8 match points was something else. And the Titans save a couple of game points. They now trail 24-12. And serving for the Titans is Imani Barker. Barker hits it into the net, and game one goes to Warrensville Heights. So the Tigers win game one by a score of 25-12. You see them there as they are in the blue uniforms, talking things over with their coach. They never trailed in game one, Joe. They scored the first 10 points, led 10-0. Lorain took a timeout at 8-0. Then it was 20-10. They took a timeout, and Warrensville Heights wins game one, 25-12. We'll be back with game two, freshman girls volleyball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
Every one of us starts out as a wide-eyed recruit, myself included. If I could go back, I'd tell that kid, get ready. You're gonna serve alongside some amazing people. They're gonna become like family to you. And together, you'll see and do things that will help change the world, that'll change you. One day, you're gonna look up and be a better you. And this nation will be better for it too. I'm General Dave Goldfein. Come join us. Your nation is waiting.
Every year, the Salvation Army serves nearly 30 million people in need. That's one person every second. So by the time you've finished watching this, 30 more lives will have been changed for good. All thanks to your donations.
Thank you.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
And we're set for game two, freshman volleyball. It is Warrensville Heights over Lorain, 25-12, as the Tigers win game one, as we get set for game two. So Warrensville Heights now, if they win game two, they would win this freshman match. And for the Titans losing game one, they're going to have to win 2 consecutive games to win game number 1 of their 2022 season. Nia Carter begins the game 2 by serving an ace, and Lorain takes their first lead of this match by a score of 1-0. So Joe Bach, Titans get the first lead, and you know, in that game 1, we saw the importance of getting that early lead. Warrensville scored the first 10 points, and we're never threatened.
Right.
Yep. Carter unable to get that over the net, so we are tied at 1. Line drive serve. And miscommunication by the Titans. Two young ladies, both of them thought the other one was going to have it, and Brajaya Phillips and Nia Carter unable to come up with it. Warrensville leads 2-1. Joe, we've seen that a few times today. Titans need to improve on that. Phillips sends it over. Now it's hit from the left side of the front row, unable to put it over, and that's Nalasia Phillips, who we did not see in the first game. She puts it into the net, and it's 3-1 Warrensville Heights.
Well, some real gameplay. We'll definitely get Coach something to work with the girls in practice this week.
It is out of bounds. It's 4-1 Warrensville Heights. There's an ace. Nobody home for the Titans defensively. 5-1 Warrensville Heights. Really good serve there. Nobody home. And that was a serve. And that's, again, that's Fudge, Joe, that is Talia Fudge, that is serving for Warrensville Heights. That young lady in the first game we saw, she served 10 consecutive points to open up game 1.
Right.
It goes out of bounds. It's 6-1 Warrensville Heights.
Yeah, they seem to have a lot of trouble returning her serves. I don't know if she's putting a spin on it or something, but yeah, she's rattled off quite a few here, even in the second. Yeah, wow.
Another line drive serve that went right between the first row and the back row. Kind of hit it into no man's land, Joe, and it's 7-1. And really in this match, Fudge has been the difference.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if she played up at the JV level, but yeah, we'll have to see.
In the back row, unable to hit it over the net that time was Ileana Marrero, and it's 8-1 Warrensville Heights. She is listed on the JV roster, Joe, so okay, we may see her. And again, I don't know all the rules, like how much you're allowed to play at each level and all that kind of thing, but we may see her. 9-1 Warrensville Heights. Again, first-year head coach Devin Bray coaching the freshman Titans. And coming up a little bit later, we'll have the JV match and the varsity match as well, as Warrensville Heights will be the opponent for the Titans in all three of those. Boy, there was a nice dig off the kill from Phillips. Dug out really nicely by Jada Harris of Warrensville Heights. And we're going to get a double hit on the Titans, and it's 10-1 Warrensville Heights. Boy, I thought that was going to be a point for the Titans, Joe, as Phillips was able to put it over. What an excellent job by Jada Harris digging that one out. And Warrensville Heights gets the point, and Fudge hits it into the net. Titans get the serve, and the good news for Lorain is Fudge won't be serving for quite a while now. She'll have to rotate. And it's 10-2, and it'll be Imani Barker to serve. Good line drive serve by Barker. Gets basically an ace, and Lorain gets the point. They trail 10-3 here in game 2. They lost game 1, 25-12.
Yeah, she's got a nice looking serve too, so hopefully we can hold it for a few. Oh,
and this time she hit it into the net. And sometimes, Joe, I thought that one was as simple as she just didn't put it up high enough.
Yeah.
So it's 11-3 Warrensville Heights here in game 2. From the middle of the row, Warrensville Heights sends it over to the Titan side, and a nice job there for Lorain. Getting the point was Nylacia Phillips. Nylacia Phillips with an excellent job, sent it over, and it went off the end line. And Lorain gets the point, and they trail 11-4 as they try to claw their way back into game 2 here, down 1-0. And going back to serve for the Titans is Brajaya Phillips here in this freshman volleyball match. Brajaya sends it over to the Warrensville Heights side, and it is it on the line?
It was
no,
out.
It's going. It is going. It is on the line, and they're giving it to Warrensville Heights.
Did you think it was on the line?
I'm up here. I'm just looking to see what the ref said.
I thought it was out. Oh,
All right, well,
I had the camera right on it.
I got you. I was just watching
There was
our
some
ref.
hesitation there when he called it.
Yeah.
We didn't get the break there.
So 12-4, Warrensville Heights leads. Put me on the spot, Joe. I'm not questioning refs. You know, we love the job they do. Deja Everhard hits that one. That one is wide and out of bounds. Point to the Titans.
Well, that's right. That's the other guy.
12-5. Warrensville Heights with the lead. And it'll be the Titans serving, and coming in to serve will be Michaela Mateer. So Michaela Mateer goes back. And Mateer sends it deep. Dug out, middle of the front row. Sent over. And at Warrensville Heights, did they go over the net that time? Yes, they did.
Yes.
So the Titans will get the point as they hit it over on the Lorain side. That means the Titans get the point. They trail 12-6. So the Titans, after being down 10-1, have made it 12-6 as they've outscored Warrensville Heights 5-2 since their biggest deficit. There's a set for Warrensville Heights. They send it back over. And on the third hit, Nia Carter put it over to Michaela Mateer, unable to send it over the net. Point to Warrensville Heights. Tigers lead 13-6. This game kind of similar to the first one, where Warrensville Heights get the big lead and was able to hang on. Let's see if Lorain can improve here in game number 2. Left side of the front row, Carter. And on the third hit for a long hit, putting it over. Nicely done by Barker.
Wow.
And a point for the Titans. Nice job, Amani Barker. From the back row, Joe, she was able to send it over to the Tigers side. And
Nice
Warrensville
power,
Heights,
nice placement.
Yeah, exactly. Unable to put it back over. So,
And they've closed the gap to 6, so we'll see if we can rattle off a few points and get back into this match.
Eliana Marrero serving for the Titans. Back to the Tigers side, and on the third hit, unable to get it over, was Jada Harris. 13-8. This is as close as Lorain's been in quite a while. Again, just joining us, the Titans are serving. They have the white jerseys, blue shorts. Warrensville Heights receiving. They've got the all-blue uniforms, blue jerseys, blue shorts, and gold numerals. Marrero unable to send that over the net. 14-8 Warrensville Heights. Rob Polinsky, Joe Bach here with you from Lorain High School.
Our first volleyball coverage of the year, and it's a triple header. And the opening of conference play for the Lady Titans.
15-8. The JVs will be coached by Serena Rodriguez, and the varsity by Caprice Irby. We'll have those, as Joe mentioned, later on. It's a triple header. And looks like Coach Devin Bray with instructions. I think maybe a substitution, or trying to figure out where they're supposed to be on the court exactly, as they're having a discussion at the scorer's table. And as soon as that is over, we'll be back underway. Again, this is game 2 of a freshman match. Warrensville Heights, as you see on your screen, the lower right portion of the screen, ahead 15-8. Tigers won the first game 25-12.
Would have had some placement check, it looks like, maybe.
Now Coach Bray is going to go over to the scorer's table, see if she can help. Jade Morales getting a little FaceTime there, Joe. He knows where the camera is, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he came back for this evening. He'll graduate from Kent this December.
Good for him. Again, want to let you know that you can check out the YouTube station on Lorain City Schools Television. That is You can YouTube Lorain Schools TV 20, nearly 2.8 million views. And follow us on Twitter at LCS_TV 20. Like Lorain Schools on TV 20, or like Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook. If you can do that, and then don't forget, you can also check us out, as the monitor shows you right there, on Spectrum Channel 1025. So many different ways you can follow on social media, watch on the YouTube station or on Spectrum, and get all those updates and subscribe. And Joe, there's a lot of benefits from subscribing as well.
Oh yeah, anytime we go live or anytime we have an event, or any videos uploaded, you'll get a notification.
All right, I think we've got everything figured out. We're just about set to get back underway. Serving is Warrensville Heights, and it looks like that's Jada Harris, number 5. Her team up 15-8. Thought we had it figured out. We're still. So again, Coach Bray over there talking with the official and the scores table as they figure out where the Titans are supposed to be lined up here. Again, as Joe mentioned, this is a Lake Erie League match with a triple header of Freshman, JV, and Varsity, Warrensville Heights and Lorain. As the Titans JVs are 0-2. They're going to go up against the 0-2 Warrensville Heights Tigers.
Something's got to give.
Yes. And we'll get to the varsity records a little bit later when I get a chance to run down in between matches and talk with the coaches. But,
I know the ladies won their last match, so they have 1 win under their belt.
Okay, and if the JVs are 0-2, then they would have played 2, so they're either 1-1 or 2-0. We'll find that out for you. Joe, why don't we take a timeout? Who knows how much longer this is going to take? Let's take a timeout. We'll be back with game 2 whenever they decide to play. It's 15-8 Warrensville Heights. And welcome back as they get everything situated. And we had a long delay there. And the Titans trailing 15-8. Warrensville Heights sends it to the back row. And putting it over on the 3rd hit is Imani Barker for Lorain. And it is dug out. Barker then runs over in front of the scores table, unable to keep it in play, and Warrensville Heights gets a 16-8 lead. So it's 16-8 Warrensville Heights in game 2 of this freshman match. They won first game 25-12. There's a line drive serve that is inbounds. That's an ace right on the line, 17-8. As our back judge was right on it, and he calls that in. And the Tigers lead 17-8. And for Warrensville, Jada Harris is serving. Jade, another good deep serve. Dug out by Barker. And Barker on the third hit sends it back to the Tigers side. Tigers with the set at the net, send it over to the Titans. Dug out, but unable to get it over. Nice job digging that out for Lorain by Nia Carter, but they were unable to send it over, and it's 18-8 Warrensville Heights. Set, left side, Phillips hits it, but unable to get it over, and that was the third hit. So again, Warrensville leads 19-8. Again, you get 3 hits on your side to get it over, unless you're blocking a kill at the net. And if you touch that, that does not count as one of your 3. But we haven't had much of that in this freshman match, Joe. And usually you go up in skill level, go up into the JVs, and then the varsity. We'll see more of that than we have here. But it's 20-8 Warrensville Heights as they continue here, as they have scored now 7 consecutive points. Joe, it was 13-8 Warrensville Heights, but Jada Harris and Talia Fudge have done a great job serving for the Tigers freshman team. And again, looked like a couple Titans kind of looked at each other thinking the other one would hit it between Carter and Mateer. 21-8. We're going to get a timeout for Coach Bray and her Lorain Titans. So they took 2 timeouts in the first game, Joe, at 8-0 and at 20-10. And they take a timeout here. You get 2 timeouts per game. Lorain takes the timeout. You get a look at Coach Bray with her team trailing 21-8. They've got a big uphill battle if they're going to get back into this one, as they are 4 points away from losing the match.
Yeah, good teaching moment here. Down by 13 and 1 game to zip. So yeah, regroup and yeah, hopefully get back into this match here.
Warrensville Heights serving up 21-8, and it's sent over to the Warrensville side, and that's going to be a point for the Titans. So the Titans end that run of 8 consecutive points, make it 21-9. And going back to serve is Isis Ferguson.
Yeah, the officials are having an issue with Lorain's placement, it looks like. Rotation.
So Coach Devin Bray up, and the officials are getting the Titans situated.
There we go.
And again, this is probably part of being in your first match of the year. Line drive serve that is out of bounds. Point Warrensville Heights 22-9. They are 3 points away from the match. And unable to get it over the net, gives a point for the Titans. They trail 22-10, and the Titans will get the serve here. And they've got to serve quite a few in a row if they're going to get back into this, Joe. They're running out of time, down 22-10, and they're going to have a substitution, I think, here for the Titans. Coming back into the play, the front row is going to be Nylasha Phillips. Nia Carter serving. Nia can't get it over the net, and it's 23-10. So we've had several missed serves here from both teams of late. And going back to serve, the young lady that's done an excellent job serving tonight, Talia Fudge.
Oh boy.
For Warrensville Heights. Fudge sends it back to the back row. Mateer to Carter. Third hit by Phillips. Can't get it over. We're at match point. Fudge started the first game with 10 consecutive serves to give Warrensville Heights a 10-0 lead. She served 7 consecutive points earlier in game 2, and now she serves for the match. Gets it over, there's an ace, and Joe, I guess the way this one went, that's kind of an appropriate way to end this.
Yeah, that's apropos. She definitely was the MVP of this match.
So Warrensville Heights wins it by a score of 25 25-10. They win 2 games to none, and that will do it for freshman volleyball. Well, glad you could join us tonight for freshman volleyball from Lorain High School. Rob Polinsky and Joe Bach.
20 minutes. We'll be on the same stream. We'll be coming up next with the JV.
Okay. So we'll see you in 20 minutes for those of you who are watching on the stream for our JV match. Until then, Warrensville Heights wins in 2, 25-12, 25-10. For Joe Bach, this is Rob Polinsky reminding you, you've been watching freshman girls volleyball on Lorain City Schools Television, WLCS TV 20. And welcome to Junior Varsity Girls Volleyball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools. Alongside Joe Bach, my name's Rob Polinsky. Glad to be here with you for our Junior Varsity contest in this Lake Erie League match with the visitors from Warrensville Heights in their blue jerseys, blue shorts, taking on the home team from Lorain. They are in white jerseys with blue shorts and blue numerals. As we get set to begin this one, as the official is checking the numbers and the players for Warrensville Heights, and looks like you may have a question for the coach. We saw this in the Freshmen a little earlier.
Oh, yes, we certainly
So I can let you know, the Lorain Titans, they are under sixth-year head coach Serena Rodriguez. Her team is 0-2 on the season. And for Warrensville Heights, they also are looking for their first win in 2022. They are 0-2. Let's go through the starting lineup for your Lorain Titans. It'll be Liera Concepcion, Penelope Wallace, Jasmine Miller, Madison Meal, Cheyenne Brown, and Brijaya Phillips that they're bringing up from the freshman team for the first time playing JV this year. Brijaya, we saw her in the freshman game just a little bit ago, so I think we are just about set to get underway here as they are checking things out.
Yeah, like you mentioned in the first match, freshman and JV, our best 2 out of 3.
And you played at 25, as we saw the freshman game was 2 games and 1 to Warrensville Heights. And let's see if Lorain can get in the winning column here in the JV. And serving to start things off for the junior varsity team from Lorain, it will be Jasmine Miller. As we're set to begin JV volleyball on WLCS TV 20. Good deep serve, that's an ace. And Lorain takes a 1-0 lead.
Good start.
There's a good start, and at the freshman game, that's what we saw. Warrensville Heights had good starts to both of their games, Joe, and that momentum would carry through. And another good line drive serve, another ace, 2-0. 2 excellent serves for Jasmine Miller and the Lorain JV team. There's an ace, 3-0.
Wow.
And they hit it into the net. It's 3-1. So nice 3 serves for Jasmine Miller to give Lorain their lead. And let's see how they do. As for the JV team for Warrensville Heights, Samaya Courtney, a sophomore, will serve. Deep serve that's sent back to the Warrensville side. At the net, playing it very well for the Titans. Getting the point, Cheyenne Brown, 4-1 Lorain.
Very nice.
Good job by Brown. She was in the middle of that front row, Joe, and she skied, and nobody there for Warrensville Heights. So it's 4-1. Substitution coming in for the Titans. It'll be Liz Alvarez replacing Penelope Wallace, and Alvarez comes in to serve. Titans up 4-1. Alvarez, nice serve, and Warrensville Heights hits it out of bounds. 5-1 Titans. Joe, even though it's early on, you can see the difference between the freshmen and the JV, can't you? These serves are much better at this level. They're getting in more often, and they're putting something on it. There's another example right there, another ace, and unable to play it ahead was Deja Eberhardt and the JV young ladies from Warrensville Heights.
Yeah, and even though the Lady Titans are 0-2, they have 2 real games under their belt, so they have some game play experience already.
6-0. Good deep serve. And let's see if they get it over on the third hit. Warrensville Heights does, as that was Michaela Brown sending it over. And for the Titans on the third hit, Concepcion puts it over. Warrensville Heights hits it out of bounds. Point, nice shot by Concepcion, and it's 7-1 Lorain.
Liking what I'm seeing so far with the Lady Titans. Good communications. Good
Liz
ball
Alvarez,
skills.
yeah, exactly. With another good serve. That one goes into the net. And it's 8-1. Titans off to a good, quick start. Joe, I didn't mean to cut you off there as you're making your point.
Hey, I'm just the camera guy.
Cameraman extraordinaire. Color man.
Black and white.
Let's see if they get it over on the third hit. And for the Titans, little bad luck that time is hitting it into the ceiling.
Well, the upper the room divider.
Right. Was Concepcion, made it 8-2. I'm glad you knew the official name of that. So that is called the room divider, huh,
Yeah,
Joe?
that's what I call it.
Okay, well. We're at Joe Bach High School, so you would know. Middle of the front row, hitting it over Jasmine Miller, and the Titans get the point. They lead 9-2 in game one. Can we at least get it to be the Joe Bach Media Room? Can we get something named for you, Joe?
I don't know. I'd be okay with that. Yeah, the one at the stadium, you got to see that, Rob. It's really nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Brajaya Phillips hits it in, an ace, 10-2 Lorain. Thanks for helping our guys the other night for Lorain Sandusky. WEOL was there, and Joe helped a couple of our guys out, and appreciate it.
You guys do a lot, WEOL does for the community. And the county appreciates you. We're real blessed here in Lorain County. Oh, we are to have.
We have a good radio coverage. There's several different outlets that do a good job.
And your streams, you do multiple games. I mean, it's great.
Madison Meal putting it over. Thanks, Joe. And the Tigers trying to get it over on the third hit and putting it into the net. Unable to get it over was Samaya Courtney. And it's 12-2 Lorain with the early lead. And we got a timeout here for Warrensville Heights.
Boy, Rob, it looks like the teams, it looks like the repeat of the freshmen, except they changed uniforms.
Right.
I mean,
you're right,
Lorain.
the way Lorain jumped on them, and you get a look there at Coach Serena Rodriguez with her team. You're right, it's like they switched uniforms because this is taking on the look of our freshman game. That Warrensville Heights got that early lead, Joe, in both games,
right,
winning 25-12 and 25-10, and now Lorain out to a 12-2 lead in game one. Again, freshman and JV volleyball. They play 2 games out of 3, 2 sets out of 3, whatever you want to call it. You play to 25, you must win by 2. There's score on every point. Years ago, you could only score when you served, and the games would go to 15.
They would go to 11 o'clock, too.
Yeah, right. It was. Now they call this the rally scoring system.
Like it much better.
And, yeah, it's there's a point awarded on every point as opposed to just you either got a point or a side out, if you remember the old days. And then for the varsity, they're going to play the best 3 out of 5 sets, and they still will go to 25.
Yeah, the only caveat to that is that in the 5th game, it won't go to 15.
Oh, that's right. You are correct.
If it's 2-2, then the last one goes to 15.
Mm-hmm. So. Titans hit it out of bounds on the serve, so it's 12-3. Warrensville Heights, the Tigers to serve. Damaya Reed doing the serving. Reed with a nice deep serve. Sent over by Jasmine Miller. Miller did a good job there. I think she surprised Warrensville Heights defensively. Joe, the setter, instead of setting it, she went ahead and sent it over to the Warrensville Tigers.
Yeah, she almost surprised me.
Yeah, 13-3. And coming in to serve is Jahida Figueroa. So Figueroa to serve. Nice jump serve by Figueroa, and that'll be a point for the Titans as Warrensville Heights can't come up with it. It's 14-3. Again, head coach of the JV team is Serena Rodriguez. She's in her 6th year. An 0-2 start for Lorain. They're looking for their first win of 2022. And a couple of Tigers there diving for it, sent it over, but out of bounds, 15-3. And Joe, we saw the freshmen play their first match earlier. JV, they're 0-2. The varsity we'll see later on. They're 1-2. And, you know, at some levels now, you just can't get everybody to have freshman JV and varsity. There just aren't the numbers out there. So sometimes different levels, they have a different amount of games. You're not always going to play the same amount.
And O'Brien Corey, our athletic director here, he goes out of his way to try to find matches, and we'll have some matches where it's just freshmen only from a school that can't find any games in their league.
Well, you know, it's so important to do. There's an ace as the Titans get the ace. Nice job. They lead 17-3. You know, the kids commit so much time and effort, and the coaches. Joe, I think you owe it to them to get them as many games as you can.
Yeah.
And, you know, it may not be the easiest thing to do, but Brian does a great job of trying to give his athletes a chance to compete, and that's all you can ask. Serving that time again, Figueroa, she's done an excellent job serving, Joe. It's 18-3. Boy, the Titans got out to an early 3-0 lead. It was 8-2, but since it was 8-2, Lorain, they've outscored Warrensville Heights 10-1.
They're a serving machine here.
Yes, they are. And you made the point earlier, but it looks like the two teams just switched uniforms from the freshmen to the JV. There's another ace, 19-3, second timeout for Warrensville Heights. You get 2 timeouts per game, and the Tigers have used both of theirs. As you get a look at the coach of the Tigers with her team is trying to give instructions to help out the JV Warrensville Heights Tigers there, as Juliana Jackson getting instructions from her coach. Robin Swift, Samantha Hamilton, Ryan Lattimore are the coaching staff for Warrensville Heights.
Hey, we take a look at athletic manager here at Lorain High. On our right, Pam Jackson, and board member Barbie Washington.
Okay. You know, Pam Jackson, also the head softball coach for the Titans. She's done that for a number of years. And third hit, can Warrensville Heights get it over? Excellent job, able to do that time. As the Tigers now will send it back over, and it's going to be out of bounds long. Titans get that point, but that was well played in the back row for the Warrensville Heights Tigers. I believe that was Samaya Courtney who sent that deep, and it's 20-3 Titans. They're 5 points away from game number 1, set number 1, if you will. Figueroa still serving. The nice jump serve, good line drive. That's going to go off the ceiling, and it's 21-3.
Now, just a matter of rules. If it's before the third hit, if it goes off the ceiling, you could play it on your side back over, but it can't hit the ceiling and go over. Then that would be out.
Thank you for clearing that up, Joe. Joe Bach, our volleyball rules interpreter.
Yeah.
22-3. All the big networks, they have that, like for the NFL now, or for all these sports, they have to have that rules interpreter. Maybe you could, No. You couldn't take that job for. I'm trying to get you an extra gig, Joe.
I got enough gigs.
There's another ace for the Titans. Is 23-3 as Figueroa continues to serve the Titans closer to game 1 here. Figueroa wears number 3 on that Titans jersey. You see her with that nice jump serve, good deep serve, and that's going to be game point. 24-3 as the Tigers couldn't get it over the net in 3 hits. Our officials having a discussion. So game point here for game number 1. Good deep serve, and that's going to be it. Titans get it 25-3. And how about that, Joe? 13 consecutive points served by Figueroa from 12-3 to 25-3 in game 1.
Very impressive.
Goes to the JVs from Lorain, as Joe just mentioned. Very, very impressive in this victory. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with game 2 between Lorain and Warrensville Heights JV volleyball. It's coming up next on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. Not for glory, but for honor. for a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
Game 2 getting set to get underway as the Lorain Titans, Joe, really impressive in Game 1, winning it easily 25-3. Believe it or not, it was 3-1 and 8-2. And after it was 8-2, the Titans outscored them 17-1, including the final 13 points of the match, because Jahida Figueroa served it out.
Yeah, it was quite a performance. Serving, setting up, communication, all the way around.
Samaya Courtney set to begin game number 2, serving for the visitors from Warrensville Heights. They're in the all-blue uniforms. Lorain receiving with the white jerseys and the blue shorts, and they hit it into the net. Marlenas Nieves, Villarello Nieves, Marlenas Villarello Nieves hitting it into the net. Warrensville Heights gets the first point of game 2. They lead 1-0. And that hit goes into the net. We're tied at 1. So going back to serve, who's this going to be? Young lady that was so successful in game 1. They put Figueroa right back out there, Joe. She made 13 consecutive serves to win game 1. A good jump serve. A lot of times at this level, you don't see the jump serves yet. And Lorain gets ahead 2-1.
Yeah, she's got some nice spin on that. That's been very difficult for the Lady Tigers to return.
Defensively, first thing you have to do, that serve, receive, pass it ahead to your setter, and try to set it up for your hitters. And Warrensville Heights unable to do it, but that time a miss hit from Figueroa. And we're tied at 2, and Warrensville Heights will get the serve back. So the Titans 1 game away from winning this JV match for Warrensville Heights, down 1-0. They would need to win the next 2 games to come back to win. Deja Eberhardt serving for the junior varsity. She is a freshman. We saw her in the freshman match. Deja Eberhardt serving. And won't get it there. Point to Lorain. Titans lead 3-2. Serving, Liz Alvarez. Liz awaits. Officials say go ahead and play. Alvarez sends it, and that's going to be out of bounds. Good eye by Liz Alvarez. She was right over there, Joe, and was thinking about hitting it, but thought better of it, knowing that it would go out of bounds, and she was right, and it's 4-2 Lorain. Sometimes that's that split-second decision you've got to make. Do I hit it? Do I let it go? And there's an ace, and Lorain leads 5-2. Alvarez. It's that one. It was out wide. It's 5-3. So the Tigers will serve down 5-3. Demaya Reed. I'm sorry, that's Brianna Hill. She's listed as the varsity player, but that young lady I think is Brianna Hill because that's her number in the varsity, and I don't have that number for JV. So I'm going to assume that's Brianna Hill. Point for Warrensville Heights, unable to send it over on the third hit was Penelope Wallace for Lorain, and the Tigers are within a .54. And maybe for the first time today, whether it be the freshman or the JV, maybe, just maybe, we're going to have a close match.
Ace.
There's an excellent serve by Hill.
Perfect.
That is an ace, perfectly placed in that back corner. And congratulating her on that serve was her teammate, Deja Eberhardt. Eberhardt. They send it over. Penelope Wallace with a nice kill.
Nice. Wow.
And Lorain leads 6-5. Boy, Wallace got up and put that one straight down. Serving for the Titans, Cheyenne Brown. Her team leads 6-5. Cheyenne stands in the middle behind the line. Sometimes some players go to one side or the other. She's right in the middle. And Titans get the .75, is unable to send it over on the third hit was Michaela Brown. And Titans have a 2-point lead here early on still in game number 2. As you see, we're just talking about Cheyenne Brown going right to the middle. And she'll put it over. Sent over by the Tigers. And a little miss hit there on the Lorain Titans. Madison Meal was unable to come up and dig that one out. And it's 7-6 Lorain. Titans looking for their first win at the JV level. They're 0-2, same as Warrensville Heights. So two teams battling for their first win here in 2022. Meal from the middle of the front row gets the point. Madison Meal with a nice play from the middle of the front. 8-6 Titans. And substitution, as it is going to be Virginia Phillips. Virginia, we saw earlier, and the Titans get the point, and they lead 9-6. And this is equals their biggest lead of game 2, a 3-point lead. They also led 5-2 a little earlier. Tigers send it over on the first hit, dug out nicely, sent over by the Titans, and we get a battle at the net, and I think somebody was into the net. That point goes to Lorain as the Tigers were in the net, and that gives the Titans their biggest lead of game 2, Joe, at 4 points.
All right, starting to see some separation here.
We've had 3 ties at 1, at 2, and at 5, but the Titans with a 5-1 run since our last tie lead at 10-6, and Jasmine Miller serving. Jasmine sends it over. Michaela Brown for Warrensville Heights can't get it over. And as Joe just mentioned, a little separation. Titans on a roll. They lead 11-6. Joe, I think we've talked about it over the years that we've been doing this. To me, boy, you really don't see momentum shifts in any sport like you can in volleyball. And I don't know how to explain it.
Right.
But it's just one of the things that I've observed over the years. And from the left side of the front row, it's Penelope Wallace sending it over to the Tigers side. Played back to the libero. Now Miller will send it over, but too deep. It was too far. Warrensville Heights did a good job of letting that go out of bounds, not playing it. and they trail 11-7.
Nice volley there.
Yeah, that was a good rally, good point. So the Tigers to serve. Down 11-7. And I don't have a number 1 on any of the 3 teams.
Yep.
Freshman, JV, or varsity. So just not sure that young lady is, but she put it into the net, 12-7. I mean, if they had a number 1 at any of their levels, I would just call that name.
Yeah.
But,
well, they sent those today, so.
Yeah. I guess I could make one up, but
yeah.
we don't want to give away all our secrets here, Joe.
There you go.
Penelope Wallace serving for the Titans, up 12-7, and that's a line drive. Excellent.
Ooh.
Boy, Wallace just got that over the net. 13-7. Joe, well, there couldn't have been more than a couple inches to get over that.
Right.
I thought it was going to hit off the top of the net, didn't you?
Yeah. I didn't know if it was going to get over the net.
That time a little better job, and Eberhardt can't play it. It's 14-7. Titans have doubled them up as Lorain trying to defeat Warrensville Heights in 2 games here. Varsity teams stretching out for both schools as they'll play following this one. Wallace, another really good serve, and nobody there for Warrensville Heights to send it over on the 3rd hit.
She's got a cannon.
Yes, she does. 15-7 Titans. Joe, look how far back she is to serve. Comes up, and that line drive is going to be hit into the scores table. 16-7 Lorain.
Boy, Warrensville almost wants a duck when that thing's coming.
But again, talked about the free throw shooter analogy. Look at the same thing she does each and every time, Joe. And that time hit a little too much. Too much on that one. It's 16-8. But a real nice job by Penelope Wallace serving.
Yep.
And she lengthened it from 11-7 to 16-7. Now it's 16-8. Eberhardt serving for Warrensville Heights. She won't get it to the net. Titans lead 17-8 and get the serve back. Boy, half the battle is just putting it over the net. Isn't that the truth?
Get it into play.
Serving Valerio Nieves, the libero, gets the serve in, and it's 18-8 Titans. Marlenas Valerio Nieves. You see her there. Good close-up of that young lady. Serving quickly. And is that in or out? I believe that was just long. Or was it touched?
It was touched. I think it was touched.
2 officials talking it over, and they are going to say it was touched. That's Lorraine's point. They lead 19-8.
Yeah. I thought I saw the ball change angle just slightly. Good call.
Boy, some of these JV servers for Lorain just do an excellent job, Joe, with these line drive serves that are really hard to return. And there's another example. An ace, it's 20-8.
Wow, I hope we see some of that on the varsity.
Again, varsity match coming up a little bit later. You're watching volleyball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television. Another excellent serve, 21-8. Boy, and the Titans have dominated game 1 of this JV match. They won 25-3. Game 2, we were tied at 5, but since then, Titans have on a 16-3 run, and they lead 21-8. And now it's 22-8 as the serve receive for Warrensville Heights has really struggled here.
And they led the entire evening except a brief 1-0 Warrensville lead in game 2. Other than that, it's been all Lady Titans.
You are correct, sir. Well, you have a better memory than me, Joe. I have to look down at it, and I'm the one who wrote it down. Titans serve it into the net, makes it 22-9. They remain 3 points away from the match, trying to get a 2-0 win. And serving now is Samaya Courtney. Courtney will send it deep. And
out.
It was out of bounds as it went around the net. Can't do that.
Yeah, there's an antenna on each side, and it has to be between that.
that antenna, if you're a baseball fan, Joe, that's like the foul pole.
Exactly. I don't know why they call it the foul pole. It should be the fair pole, no?
Well, yeah, I guess it could be. You're right.
Because if it hits it, it's good, right?
Right. If it hits it, it's fair. That is true. 22-11. Titans dominating game 2. Let's see if they can close it out. And from the middle of the front row, they send it over, and that time sending it over was Rajaya Phillips.
Yeah.
And Warrensville Heights gets the point. Now Warrensville Heights has made 4 consecutive points.
Yeah, nice comeback for Warrensville.
They've cut the lead from 22-8 to 22-12. As Samaya Courtney continues to serve and just gets it over the net. Phillips sends it back and unable to come up with it were her Titan teammates, 22-13. And Warrensville Heights is a couple points away from making this one a little more interesting. Probably a little more interesting than the Titans would care to have it be. From the middle of the front row, nice set, but they send it over. Warrensville Heights digs it out. And the third hit, they hit it over, but out of bounds, 23-13. Titans 2 points away from the match. Substitution coming in to serve. Jahida Figueroa did such a good job serving earlier. She's 2 points away from the match. There's the jump serve. And Warrensville Heights hits it over, but out of bounds. We're at match point. 24-13 Titans. Figueroa to close it out. And she can't, off the top of the net, just shy. 24-14, so Warrensville Heights stays alive. And it will be Deja Eberhardt trying to keep her team in it.
Lorain at 10 match points here.
Up 24-14, as you see in the lower right-hand portion of your monitor. And that one goes off the antenna, out of bounds. Match to Lorain. Titans win 2-0. As the JV Titans win it 25-3, 25-14. They win in 2. And for the Lorain Titans, you see them celebrating with their coach, Serena Rodriguez. With the win, they go to 1-2. With the loss, the Warrensville Heights Tigers drop to 0-3.
All right, congrats to Lady Titans. They get their first win of the season.
And we're going to take a timeout. When we return, it'll be varsity volleyball, as it'll be the 1-2 Lorain Titans under coach Caprice Irby going up against the 0-3 Warrensville Heights Tigers. We'll be back with girls varsity volleyball for you on WLCS TV 20. Until then, for Joe Bach, this is Rob Polinsky reminding you, you're watching volleyball and you're watching it on WLCS TV 20, your home for Lorain City Schools television.
to honor America and in respect for all those who have served this great country to defend these freedoms, you are invited to stand for the playing of the national anthem.
And welcome to Girls Varsity Volleyball, WLCS TV 20. Alongside Joe Bach, I'm Rob Polinsky. Hope you enjoyed the playing of our national anthem as we get set for Varsity Volleyball. It's the 1-2 Lorain Titans going up against the 0-3 Warrensville Heights Lady Tigers.
The officials for tonight's game are Mr. Matt Heiner, Mr. Tom Pollard, and Mr. Alan Friesman.
So the coaches, we have Caprice Irby in her first year as head coach of the Titans. They have a 1-2 record, and the coaching staff over at Warrensville Heights, they don't indicate what levels they are, but there are three coaches that are here for the JV freshman and varsity are Robin Swift, Samantha Hamilton, and Ryan Lattimore.
Number 13.
Take a look at the starting lineups for the Lorain Titans. It'll be Kristen Castro, a 5'5 junior, Alyssa Myrick, a 5-foot junior. As you take a look at the Titans there, it'll be Natalie Patterson starting, 5'9 senior, Kenya Simpson, 5'9 junior, and Janasia Nelson Riley, a 5'9 senior. And Joe, I recognize her name from basketball in the past, that young lady. So it'll be the Lorain Titans you're looking at right there. They've got gray uniforms, gray tops, blue shorts, and the white numerals. And for Warrensville Heights, just like the freshmen and JV, they have their blue uniforms with blue jerseys, blue shorts, and they are trimmed in white with gold numerals.
Hopefully Coach Mark Feldman's had a chance to look at their uniforms. The numbers, how easy they are to read. I'm just kidding, Mark.
I'm not. Yeah, that'd be a great idea.
I know you tuned into our broadcast.
Does he?
But, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Well, good for him. It won't be too long. And
yeah, we'll be at. Don't rush things.
I know, but yeah, girls and boys basketball will be here around Thanksgiving.
Number 2.
But until then, boy, a full slate of fall sports on WLCS TV 20, Joe, as you do each and every year. Tell the folks a little bit about what we've got coming up this fall.
We have all levels like we did tonight of volleyball. We have football. We have JV, freshmen, and all our home games. And we have a few select underclass games. We have middle school soccer for the first time. We have boys and girls varsity soccer. And we have 7th and 8th grade football for Lorain, not individual middle schools, but the city, 7th grade and 8th grade. And they play all their home games at George Daniel. So that's pretty exciting for a middle school to play all the games.
You know, Joe, you think about it, between middle school football, freshman JV varsity football, all the soccer that you have there, boy, oh boy, George Daniel Field sure gets a lot of use.
Yeah, and thank the Cleveland Browns that put in that turf, and I tell you, our stadium crew, Howard and Tim, gosh, they've done such a good job, because you have to. I mean, people think the turf is maintenance free. It's not. There's these little rubber pellets that are in there, and you have to distribute them, rake them on a continual basis. Otherwise, if you see some fields, they get wear spots. And part of that is because they don't regulate.
And I'm sure if you don't take care of it or maintain it, you're not going to get the years out of it that you might.
So yeah, our crew is very good, and yeah, we're blessed to be able to play stuff on a great field. I mean, it drains really nice, and yeah, it's. I remember the muddy old days when we had grass.
Right.
So yeah. So yeah, we got a full slate of sports here on TV20, along with some other things. We'll have some sports scene shows coming up. We've got one with Brian Corey, our athletic director, and in a few weeks we'll have one, I'm hoping, with our head volleyball coach and football coach.
Again, the head football coach for the Titans, Damian Creel, his team got a win in week 1 as they went on the road to defeat Ravenna. 1-1 on this young season as we do this. And the head coach for volleyball, a new coach for the Titans, it's Caprice Irby in her first year.
Yeah, exciting night here. First conference game, and we got a pretty good crowd.
It is a nice crowd here at Lorain High School on this Tuesday night, late August. As serving will be Malaya Rain. So Malaya Rain set to serve for Warrensville Heights, and this varsity match is underway from Lorain High School. And the Titans on the third hit send it over, and it was Kristen Castro, right side of that front row with a left-handed spike, and Lorain takes the 1-0 lead. Varsity volleyball, a little different than the JV and freshman games that you might have seen earlier. For varsity, it's 3 sets of 5, or 3 games of 5, whichever you prefer. Again, you play to 25, must win by at least 2. Although if Joe mentioned that if it does get to a 5th game, then that would go to 15. So thank you, Joe. Lorain leads 2-0. And what do we have? It looks like 2 points in, and we're going to have a conference at the scorers table. As serving for the Titans, it's Nevi Edwards. She's a junior. She's come in, a 5'4" junior. And now Coach Irby is coming over. And we've seen this at all levels, Joe, where there seems to be issues with the substitutions and scores table, and or maybe how they want to set, how they need to have it set. But,
I don't know if this is an early season thing, or if it's an official thing, or if it's a combination of a lot of things. I don't know.
Right. As they continue to look things over, we want to remind you, as they look at the scores table there, that you are watching volleyball on WLCS TV 20. Spectrum Cable, it's 1025. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You see it right there. You just search Lorain TV 20 and it'll come up. Twitter, you see that. It's at LCS_TV 20. You can like Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook, and you can follow, subscribe. You're going to get updates, pictures, videos, and much more. And Lorain Schools TV 20 is the good news about our schools.
Yeah, if you're watching this live or if you're watching it on playback, be sure you hit the subscribe button. You'll get notified when we have games coming up or we upload a video. So, yeah, it's good to... we have like 2.8 million views, and we have roughly, I think, 6,000 subscribers. Facebook, we have over 9,000
wow.
Followers. So, yeah, so we got our social media stuff here, TV20 under control, I hope.
Still trying to get the varsity team situated.
Well, I hope this is a one-time deal for this match.
You and me both.
Because in the freshman game, boy, that was about 15 minutes, it seemed like.
Oh, yeah. It's a direct traffic here.
Yeah. All right, I think it's... Nope, watch out.
Every time I think we're about to begin, not quite.
Not quite.
Again, the Lorain Titans with a record of 1-2. Warrensville Heights at 0-3. Coach Irby again up at the scorer's table.
Officials obviously have no dinner
And
plans
now
tonight.
we have another official coming down. Joe, as long as they're going to do this, let's take a timeout.
All right, sounds good.
We'll be back after this. We'll continue with game one. And right after this, you're watching girls volleyball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
What do you wish for? A nice life? Nice things? Or do you wish for something more? A sense of purpose? Do you wish to discover a cure? To write code that cracks an unsolvable question? To further our exploration into space? Or to invent something that changes everything right here on Earth? Well, if that's your wish, make yourself ready. Because when you look back, you'll see that you didn't just make wishes, you realized them.
So they have awarded Warrensville Heights the point, Joe. I'm not sure what happened, but instead of 2-0 Lorain, it's 1-1. Tigers will get the serve. And I thought we were getting ready to get underway. And they're still positioning players and having them come in and out. We are just underway. Game one, varsity volleyball. Tied at 1. I've seen rain delays in baseball that were quicker than this, Joe.
Yes.
Warrensville Heights set to serve. And that line drive serve is on the line and inbounds. No, it's out of bounds. Out of bounds. It'll be Lorain's point. 2-1. Titans lead 2-1. Let me correct myself. And serving for the Titans, Nakia Herman. Nakia is a senior.
And an awesome track star.
Trying to get the score corrected now.
That's what they have. They're saying, oh no.
Well, they're saying it can't be 2-1 Warrensville if Lorain is serving.
Well, it should have been 2-1 or 2-0 Lorain. They forfeited a point. They took it away and gave it to Warrensville, which made it 1-1. Lorain got the point, and they lead 2-1.
Tell them, Joe. Tell them. Tell the guys in white that were waiting an hour and a half for it.
It was 2-0. They took it away, gave it to them. 1-1. We just scored. It's 2-1 Lorain. Oh my gosh.
Now they finally decided it's 2-2.
Okay, all right.
Maybe it could be an auction. Do I have 3? Can you give me 3?
Yeah, gang, give me 3.
Oh, Nakia Herman set to serve. And there's an ace.
Yeah.
And it is now 3-2 Lorain.
But wait a minute. No, I'm just kidding.
Subbing in for the Titans, Kenya Simpson. Joe, did I tell you I'm really, really busy the rest of the fall sports season? I don't know if I'm going to be able to help you with my busy schedule. Line drive serve. Nakia Herman gets the point. Titans lead at 4-2.
Well, if anybody's If any of my other announcers sees this game, they're going to tell me the same thing. I'm going to be in big trouble.
Nakia Herman sets to serve, and it's going to go into the net, and the Titans lead 5-2. So after that delay, Titans off to a nice start here early on in game one as they lead 5-2. And let's see if Nakia Herman can run off a string of points here, Joe.
Yeah.
As we try to just get into some kind of rhythm and pace into this game. And there's going to be a point for the Titans as Miana Harris, a junior, tried to send it over from the back row, but unable to get there. And Lorain leads 6-2. And they have scored 4 consecutive points, I think.
Yes.
We were tied at 1, we were tied at 2. Titans have scored 4 in a row since then. It's Nakia Herman, you look at her, the young lady doing a nice job serving for the young ladies from Lorain. Right side of the front row, hitting it over is, I don't have a number 8 for on any of the teams for Warrensville Heights. And hitting it into the net is Natalie Patterson, a senior for Lorain, makes it 6-3. So Patterson puts it into the net, and Warrensville Heights will serve. And I'm going to say this is Jada Harris. She's the only number 5 we have. We had her as a freshman on the freshman and JV roster, so we'll assume this is Jada Harris serving. And if I remember right, she did a pretty good job serving earlier tonight, Joe. So as they trail 6-3, and now is Warrensville Heights making a substitution, or a little change in the alignment. If I knew what was going on, I'd explain it, but I don't know. So anyway, Warrensville Heights set to serve, trailing 6-3. And they'll hit it into the net, and it's 7-3.
Yeah, Rob, we need to get a mic down at the scores table, if not for anything else, for entertainment purposes.
Natalie Patterson serving for Lorain, and a nice job by Warrensville Heights. Right side of that front row, DeMariana Branch. DeMariana Branch, a sophomore, with an excellent kill, makes it 7-4. Titans with a 3-point lead here early on game one. Back to serve, DeMariana Branch. Branch serves it, and that is going to be out of bounds. It's point Lorain. Thank you, Joe. 8-4 Titans. They've doubled them up. And coming in to serve will be Nevi Edwards. Nevi will send it over. Good deep serve. There's an ace. Back corner of the Warrensville defense, 9-4. Nevi Edwards, a junior. Another good serve. Middle of the front row, the set. And it's sent over on the third hit by Malaya Rain of Warrensville Heights. Good kill for Lorain. Left side, front row, Kenya Simpson. Wow. 10-4, Titans. And again, Joe, I think you see at each level you go up, the skill increases, the pace of play is a little bit quicker. You see less communication problems, better serving as you go up from freshman to JV to varsity. 11-4, another well-placed serve by Nevi Edwards. And what we didn't see in the freshman and JV games with the kills of the net, we're starting to see that here, especially from the Titans. And on the third hit, they can't get it over the net. That's a point for Lorain. As Miana Harris, a junior for Warrensville Heights tried, but she couldn't get there, and it's 12-4 Titans. They've taken command here in game one. And it's 13-4. Diving, trying to get to that, was Malaya Rain.
Yeah, nice low line drive serve.
And it looks like Warrensville Heights is going to take their first timeout of the match. You get 2 per game, and Warrensville Heights takes their first timeout as they get around and are talking with their coaching staff. Again, Robin Swift, Samantha Hamilton, Ryan Lattimore. And you look at the Titans bench as it is Coach Caprice Irby there on the left with the gray sweatsuit. That black mask who's doing the talking. JV coach next to her is Serena Rodriguez, and then on the right of that is Devin Bray, the first-year freshman coach. So Coach Bray and Coach Irby in their first year, Coach Rodriguez in her 6th year. So the Titans trying to even their record at 2-2. Warrensville Heights, they're looking for their first win in 2022. They have a record of 0-3. Now Brian Swift is the head boys basketball coach, Joe, and the AD at Warrensville Heights, and I see the varsity coach is Robin Swift. I wonder if there's any relation there.
Good observation.
I do not know. Anyway, there's an ace for the Titans. They lead at 14-4. Nevi Edwards doing a good job of getting that first serve in after the timeout. As the Titans send it over, and on the third hit for Warrensville, putting it over but out of bounds is Demariana Branch. 15-4 Titans. Now, nice job by Edwards, Joe, because they called timeout, and I think sometimes when you get a timeout in the middle of a run, then it throws that server's rhythm off.
Exactly.
But Edwards doing an excellent job. Her team needs 16 fours, another ace.
Yeah, you see that happen so often when they come back, they lose the point.
Hasn't bothered her at all. And another ace, 17-4. And
she's gotten better.
Yeah, Warrensville Heights has no answers for the serves of Edwards. At some point, either your back row's got to cheat up or the front row goes back a bit or something to fill that gap, don't you?
You think. Hey, Rob, you should coach volleyball.
No.
Got some good strategy there.
You think you're having problems with the substitutions when I'm up? Well, you ain't seen nothing yet if I went down there. Yeah, just go wherever you want. 17-5, Edwards puts it into the net.
Yeah, she rattled off quite a few in a row there.
Yes, she did, and let's see here. 10 in a row to be precise. It was 7-4 to 17-4. So Warrensville Heights serving, trailing 17-5. Edwards now will set from the middle of the front row. Nelson Riley sent it over. And the Warrensville Heights Tigers sent it well out of bounds as Malaya Rain got it over, but with her back to the Titans, she couldn't really see the court. And it's 18-5 as she hit it well out of bounds. Here you go, look at Kenya Simpson. She'll go back to serve. Kenya is a junior. Boy, she had a nice kill earlier in game one from the left side of the front row. She stands way back, steps up. Serve is going to be an ace. 19-5. How many times have we said that in game one? The Titans have just served aces.
A lot. I venture to say almost half their points.
I bet you're right. Kenya Simpson. Line drive serve, 20-5. Back when Bob Schlembaker worked for you, Joe, he would keep track of all that. And he would let me know, Rob, they've got 8 aces out of 25 or 12. Yeah, oh yeah, he kept track of all that.
I'm slipping here.
Kenya Simpson hits it into the net. It's 20-6, Lorain. Terry Trout helping you out again this year, Joe? Not to put you on the spot, but
yeah,
okay.
He's on board with.
So we'll see Terry from time to time.
Four of our varsity games.
Okay, great.
And some of this, I think, a couple soccer, and hopefully a couple underclass games.
Club TV 20 up and running again?
Yes.
Good. Bianna Harris to serve for Warrensville Heights. She'll hit it off the net, gives it right back to Lorain. Titans lead 21-6.
So I've redesigned the I've redesigned the whole studio up there or the control room in the press box.
Okay.
So it's kind of become now an extension of the lab. So
nice.
It's actually part of the class now too.
21-6. Serving is Leasia Castro, the sophomore out there. Titans lead 22-6. They're 3 points away from game one. Club TV 20, it's great for the kids in high school. You get an opportunity to do some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, do some broadcasting for you, Joe. They really get an excellent opportunity to learn from you and Terry and the like. And
we have professionals like you and Tim and Gary and we've got and Jay Ferguson and boy, I hope I don't miss anybody now. But we have a very nice crew with TV 20.
22-7 Titans lead as Warrensville Heights trying to stay in game one here. We'll serve it out of bounds, make it 23-7.
Caitlin Gonzalez, who does a lot of our games, a former Lorain High graduate.
Great.
So yeah, we got a good variety of people here.
Alyssa Myrick, a junior, serving for the Titans, 2 points away from game one. Sends it over to the Tiger side of the court. And then the third hit, they'll send it back over to the Titans. Myrick with the set, middle of the front row. Sending that over was Patterson. Again, they set up Patterson again with a kill. That one's good, and we're at game point.
Wow.
24-7.
That was nice.
Myrick setting up Patterson a couple of times. Boy, Patterson with that big left knee brace. And she's still able to get up there. And it will be Alyssa Myrick serving for game one. High, deep serve played by Warrensville Heights. The Tigers on the third hit send it back over to the Titans. Myrick. And third hit for Lorain, and it's going to go deep and out of bounds as Araya Bivens, a junior, was very close to giving the Titans game one, but hit it just a bit deep, and it will go back to Warrensville Heights. But they trail 24-8. Long, long way to go. Malaya Rain serving.
16 game points.
And Myrick with the set. Left side of the front row, and that one's too deep. Hit by Kristen Castro, 24-9. Tigers not just, like you say, 15 points away. It's pretty unrealistic, but I think they'd like to play a little bit better, get some momentum for later on in this match, and they serve it deep and out of bounds, and there's game one. So game one will go to the Lorain Titans as they win it by a score of 25-9.
Round of applause for our young cheerleaders in the stands.
So Lorain defeats Warrensville Heights 25-9 in game one. We'll take a timeout, Joe. We'll be back with game two with Lorain and Warrensville Heights. Girls varsity volleyball will continue after this timeout on WLCS TV 20, your home for Lorain City Schools Television.
Every one of us starts out as a wide-eyed recruit, myself included. If I could go back, I'd tell that kid, get ready. You're going to serve alongside some amazing people. They're going to become like family to you. And together, you'll see and do things that will help change the world. That'll change you. One day, you're going to look up and be a better you. And this nation will be better for it too. I'm General Dave Goldfein. Come join us. Your nation is waiting.
Every year, the Salvation Army serves nearly 30 million people in need. That's one person every second. So by the time you've finished watching this, 30 more lives will have been changed for good. All thanks to your donations.
Thank you.
Game 2 about ready to get underway with Lorain serving to Warrensville Heights. Varsity volleyball on WLCS TV 20. Lorain, the serving team, in the gray jerseys with the blue shorts. Warrensville Heights will start on serve receive on defense for game 2. They have the all blue uniforms trimmed in white with the gold numerals. And serving will be Kristen Castro, a left-handed jump serve. And game 2 is underway, and she gets the ace. 1-0 as Demariana Branch, the sophomore from Warrensville Heights, couldn't control that one.
Quality serving for Lorain continues.
So Lorain with a big win in the first game, 25-9. We had a couple ties at 1 and 2, and then Lorain with 4 consecutive points led 6-2 and never looked back. Castro again hits it into the net. We're tied at 1. Joe, it seems like what we've noticed here today, and whether it's the freshman JV or to this point the varsity, with a team that gets off to that good early lead, it's their game. Yes. The other team is unable to come back once they're down. Patterson sends it over, but one of the Tigers was in the net. That'll give Lorain the point, and they now lead 2-1. Joe, I don't know if you turned your microphone down, or I don't hear you as well as I did a little earlier.
How's that?
Oh, yeah, much better.
Okay.
Just thought I'd let you know.
Thank you.
We want to get those golden tones of yours out there.
My mic down isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Nakia Herman sends it out of bounds, and we are tied at 2.
They want to hear you, Rob.
Oh, please. Please. It'll be the Tigers serving, tied at 2 early on in game 2. Lorain leads 1-0. Melena Rain serving for the Tigers, and the point will go to the Titans, and they lead 3-2.
Yeah, it was tipped.
Neither team has been able to score consecutive points early on in game 2. Let's see if the Titans can change that narrative. Yes, it'll be Natalie Patterson serving. And that deep serves played nicely back by Warrensville Heights. Patterson from the back row, they keep it alive. Can they get it over on the third hit? They do so. And a good job by the Titans, they get the point. They lead 4-2. That was well done. A couple young ladies there for the Titans. I believe one of them was Kenya Simpson. Jalea Wright is now out there in the middle of the front row. Patterson line drive serve into the net. Point to Warrensville Heights. They trail 4-3 with the serve.
Yeah, she kind of hurried that.
Coming in for the Titans, replacing Janasia Nelson Riley, is going to be Alyssa Myrick. We saw Myrick at the end of the first game help her team win. Jada Harris serves for Warrensville Heights, sent over by Myrick. Battle at the net, and hitting it over is Kristen Castro for Lorain. She puts it down for the point, 5-3 Lorain.
A nice dig by Lorain and a nice kill to finish it off.
Mm-hmm. So Alyssa Myrick will go back to serve. Alyssa and her team up 5-3 in game 2. And it'll be a point for the Titans as Milena Rain and Miana Harris could not combine to hit that over for Warrensville Heights. But one thing, Joe, we have noticed tonight is we don't have a lot of rallies at any of the levels here tonight so far. If you're able to get your serve in, pretty good chance your team's going to get the point. Third hit, there's another example. Warrensville just can't get it over the net once the serve is hit, and it's 7-3 Titans. So Alyssa Myrick doing a good job serving here. She is a junior. Myrick, deep serve, back of the front row, and there, putting it down, killing it for the Titans is going to be Kristen Castro. 8-3 Lorain. That pass from Warrensville Heights, it went a little too far, Joe, and Kristen Castro was there at the net to put it down. Myrick again. On the third hit, hitting it over is Branch. The set went a little too far, and this time Warrensville Heights gets the point as Myrick's set went too far and went over onto the Warrensville Heights side, and it's 8-4. Joe, your first opportunity to see the Titans this year?
Yes. Yeah, other than this is our first event here in the gym.
Okay.
And we before this, we had one football game.
Branch serving, hits it into the net. Titans lead 9-4.
Yeah, so far, I like the strong serving by the Lady Titans.
Araya Bivens serving. And she continues that trend that Joe Bach just mentioned. And on the third hit, setting it over is Talia Fudge. And the Titans can't get it over the net. Is putting it into the net with senior Nakia Herman. And Warrensville Heights gets the point, and they trail 9-5 here in game 2. Game 1 easily to Lorain. They won it 25-9. Line drive serve, Myrick with the set. Middle of the front row, sending it over was Jalea Wright. Warrensville Heights plays it ahead. They send it back again, Myrick. Again, Jalea Wright. Back corner, and this one's out of bounds. The point will go to Warrensville Heights. That was one of our longest rallies of this game.
Yeah. And Warrensville has creeped a little bit closer here, down over by 3.
9-6, game 2. Lorain trying to get a 2-0 lead. Warrensville trying to get back in it even at a point, or a game, I should say. But it is Kristen Castro, the junior's had a good game. She gets the point there for the Titans. They lead 10-6. Third hit for Warrensville Heights. Harris. Myrick with the set, sends it over, dug out, and can Warrensville get it on the third hit? They do. Excellent job by the Tigers as Rain got it over on the third hit, but the Titans get the point as Natalie Patterson puts it down, and the Titans lead 11-6. Another good rally. That was one of the best points of this game.
Good court awareness by Patterson. She found the open spot and just dinked it right there.
Leasia Castro, the libero, she's a sophomore serving. Castro with a good serve. Set by Fudge, left side of the front row, sent over, dug out by Myrick. Set, and sending it over on the third hit was the libero Castro. 11-6, right side of the front row, and hitting it wide and out of bounds is Miana Harris. And the Titans have doubled up Warrensville Heights 12-6 here in the second game. And the serve will go out of bounds. It makes it 12-7. Warrensville getting a little bit closer. Going back to serve is junior Miana Harris. Harris send it over. Dug out by the Titans. Myrick with the set. Left side of the front row, getting the kill on the point. Nakia Herman. Boy, Nakia Herman got the pass and she got the kill. And in between, Myrick with that set. Good point for the Titans. They lead 13-7. Kristen Castro. Jump serve, left-hander, and it's 14-7. Well done. Joe, that jump serve, we don't see a lot of it, but boy, when you do, it seems to be very effective. I don't know what the serve percentage is for the young ladies that do this compared to the conventional serve, but when they serve it, now that one goes over the net, but wide out of bounds, 14-8. That's the negative, is I think it's a little harder to control to keep it in bounds sometimes.
Yeah, it's a risk-reward thing.
I guess it's just whatever you feel comfortable with. So
it is intimidating.
Titans, yeah, that's probably the best word to describe it. Titans send it over on the third hit. That's Bivens. Back to the Warrensville Heights side from the middle of the front row. Dug out nicely by the Titans. Set from the left side of the front row, and getting that point on the kill is Nakia Herman.
She's on fire.
Yeah, Nakia Herman showing some hops, getting up right there. That young lady wears number 10, the senior, and makes it 15-8 Titans, and she'll be rewarded by going back to serve. So you get the kill, and now you go back on the rotation and you serve. So Herman can play the front or the back row. Serves it off the top of the net and in. That's good, 16-8. And it used to be, Joe, that if you had any part of the net, that would go to the other team. But they've changed that rule now.
Yeah.
And it simply means, you know, if you can get it off the net and then in, it's still the serving team's point. If it goes off the net and out of bounds, then it would be the other team getting it. There's an ace from Herman. 17-8 Titans as they take control here in game 2.
Their domination continues, and now it's on the serve.
And they won game 1 25-9. They look to take a commanding 2-0 lead if they can finish them off here in game 2. Herman, wide serve, out of bounds, 17-9. But the Tigers from Warrensville Heights have a long uphill battle. They have a record of 0-3. Your Lorain Titans at 1-2. But Joe mentioned first time they've been able to play at home. First event at home for volleyball. One football game was at home earlier. But the young Titan teams early on in this sports season having a lot of their games on the road to begin. Third hit by Patterson, sends it over to the Tigers. Sent right back to her, dug out nicely there. Kenya Simpson sent it back to the Warrensville Heights side. Dinking it over are the Titans, but gets sent right back to them. Set middle of the front row, Patterson sends it over, point Titans. That might have been the longest rally of the game, and Lorain gets the 18-9 lead. Natalie Patterson will serve. Again, she wears that big knee brace on the left knee. Serves it, line drive, gets the point, 19-9.
Boy, I can't, you know, Rob, I can't remember the last time the Lady Titans have been so dominant on serves.
Yeah, they've really served well. And again, Patterson sends it deep. Warrensville Heights, nice job digging that out and sent it over was Talia Fudge. And the Titans don't get the point as Warrensville Heights gets it, and there was a miscommunication, maybe for the first time in this varsity match, where it looked like a couple young ladies couldn't decide whose ball it was.
Yep, yeah, you haven't seen hardly any of that. Yeah, you may be right. That may be the first one tonight.
Just takes, you know, a little experience, takes time. That happens. 19-10. Sent over, but not able to put it over are the Titans, makes it 19-11. So Warrensville Heights creeping a little bit closer. They got a lot of work to do. They trail 19-11 here in game 2. And serving into the net are the Tigers of Warrensville Heights. Jada Harris put it into the net, and that gives Lorain a 20-11 lead, and the Titans are 5 points away from game number 2 and a 2-0 lead. It's Alyssa Myrick who's done an excellent job serving in the first 2 games. Puts it to the middle of the Warrensville Heights defense. From the back row, Titans play it. Myrick with the set, left side of the front row, the kill. It's out of bounds wide off the right arm of Kenya Simpson. And it's a point for Warrensville Heights. They trail 20-12. Tigers, good serve. Myrick set. Right side of the front row. The kill is up and good. Kenya Simpson out from the right side of that front row makes it 21-12. Coming in to serve, Araya Bivens. Young lady is a junior. She wears number 6 on her Lorain Titan uniform. Excellent line drive serve, dug out by the Tigers, but sent right back, and from the middle of the front row, Jalea Wright, the sophomore, knew what to do with it. She put it straight down, and it's 22-12. That will bring Patterson back into the lineup, left side of the front row. 3 points away from a 2-0 lead are the Titans. And on the third hit, Rain put it over to the Titan side. Myrick with a set, Patterson with the hit, and the Titans then are able to send it over. Patterson unable to play it to her teammate, and it's 22-13. Give Warrensville Heights credit there, Joe, keeping that one alive and getting the point. Tigers substituting. They will serve here. Myrick setting for the Titans. Left side of the front row, unable, just off the top of the net, not able to get it over was Nakia Herman. Wasn't the easiest set for Herman to hit. When she hit it, just trickled off the top of that net, Joe, and it rolled on the Lorain side. Herman, for her teammate Castro, sends it back to the Warrensville Heights side. Now the Titans play it. From the middle of the front row, they're going to get the point. Lorain gets the point as we had a missed hit there between Talia Fudge and Miana Harris. And it's 23-14. Titans 2 points away from a 2-0 lead. Leasia Castro to serve. Castro, decent serve. On the third hit, can they get to a great job by the Titans? Rain ran over and put it in play. And for the Titans, Castro sent it over. Tigers have it. Tigers with Fudge putting it back to the Titan side. There's Herman again. That one's going to go off the ceiling. A nice job by Warrensville Heights keeping it around. They send it over. Wow. This might be the best point of the night.
Definitely.
And sent over by the Titans by Patterson. And Warrensville Heights can't get it over, and we're a game point for game number 2. Good effort from both teams.
All right, game point.
Yes, it is. Leasia Castro, the sophomore, to give Lorain a 2-0 lead. Sends it over. That one will be dug out. Myrick put it off the antenna. Point to Warrensville Heights, 24-15. Well, if this one ends here, Joe, the Warrensville Heights was 6 points better than they were in game 1. They lost 24-9. This one 24-15.
Yeah, we'll say they have played better.
And we'll wonder if that trend will continue in game 3. Time will tell. Miana Harris, a junior, to serve. Her team trails by 9. Myrick with the set. For game 2, Castro with the kill. Dug out by the Tigers. Right side of the front row, unable to go over there and run it down was Harris. Game 2 goes to your Lorain Titans. So the Titans take a commanding 2-0 lead as we get set for game 3. Titans win game 2, 25-15. So the Titans so far, 25-9 in game 1, 25-15 in game 2. As you look at Coach Irby with her team, We'll take a timeout. We'll have game 3. Lorain will try to get the sweep right after this timeout. You're watching volleyball, varsity volleyball, on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools television.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won. We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
And welcome back. Start of game 3. I think they were a little premature in starting, Joe, so they are going to have a do-over here. So Warrensville Heights serving. They trail 2-0. Titans are a game away from a sweep and get the home crowd happy. Patterson sends it over for the Titans, and for Warrensville, they put it over, but it was out of bounds, so the Titans take a 1-0 lead. And it bears repeating. We've mentioned it. All the games we've watched tonight, freshman, JV, varsity, you get off to a good start, you're going to win. And each team has done that, and that one's going to go out of bounds long. We're tied at 1. Seems like we've had that quick separation, Joe, at every level. Warrensville Heights won the freshman game in 2. Lorain won the JV game in 2. And now Lorain winning the varsity match so far, 2-0. And in all of them, the team that gets that quick start, they're able to win it. And sending it over for the Titans was Kristen Castro. Titans lead 2-1.
Yeah, usually by 0.5 or 6.
Yep.
That seems to be where the separation takes place.
And serving will be Nakia Herman. She's done a good job serving tonight. Herman will send that out of bounds. We're tied at 2. Although we mentioned Warrensville Heights lost the first game 25-9. They played much better in game 2, made it closer, lost 25-15. It'll be interesting to see how game 3 goes as you play 3 games out of 5 or 3 sets out of 5. And Lorain with a 2-0 lead. Warrensville Heights would have to win the next 3 games to win this match. Lorain playing with house money. 2-0. They need just 1 win out of the next 3. 3-2. Titans lead as that serve was out of bounds. And serving is Patterson. Natalie Patterson, the senior. Nice line drive serve and a point for Lorain. And for the first time in game 3, Titans have a 2-point lead at 4-2. So Patterson, right-handed serve. hit pretty deep, and Warrensville's got to get it over on the third hit, and they can't get it over. It hits that, what do you call it, Joe, the room divider?
Yeah.
5-2.
Yeah, sometimes they have events in here, and they want to split up the gym classes or something, and they'll bring that down, and it'll cut this room in half.
Patterson, good deep serve, 6-2 Lorain. Patterson, middle of the defense, hit out of bounds by the Tigers. It's 7-2 Lorain. So the Titans trying to take command here as they have scored 5 in a row to lead 7-2. And now make it 8-2. And they're off to that good start that you hoped they could get. And the fact that they're up 2 games to none, you wonder how much fight Warrensville Heights has in them yet.
Patterson wastes no time.
No, she's in a rhythm, and she puts that one into the net, makes it 8-3. Warrensville Heights will get the serve, but nice job. But Natalie Patterson, and Joe, you're right. She doesn't mess around, gets that volleyball, and puts it right in play. And now serving is Branch. DeMariana Branch. She hits it into the net, point to Lorain. Back-to-back missed serves. Titans lead 9-3. Substitution. Young lady that's seen a lot of action in this varsity match between serving and setting. Going back to serve is junior Alyssa Myrick. Myrick doesn't have the line drive serve that some of her teammates do, but she consistently puts it over the net. Myrick with the set, right side of the front row. Kristen Castro with the kill. It's good, and the Titans lead 10-3. Castro with that left-handed kill, Joe. It comes from the opposite side that you normally see. And Warrensville Heights defensively didn't have an answer there yet. Myrick sends it deep, middle of the front row. Warrensville Heights does a nice job of sending it back to the Titans. Myrick with the set, right there, middle of the front row, and that one's going to be in right on the line. Jalea Wright.
Perfect placement.
Yes, it was. 11-3 Titans. We were tied at 2, and since then, the Titans have taken control, outscoring Warrensville Heights 9-1. The only Warrensville Heights point was on that missed serve. Tigers play it into the net, and that makes it a 12-3 score. Unable to put it over was Talia Fudge, who did such a good job earlier tonight in the freshman and JV games serving. Warrensville Heights doesn't have a ton of numbers, Joe, even though they play all 3 levels. So some of these young ladies have really seen extensive action, and I guess my point being, you wonder how tired they might be. 13-3, Lorain with the lead here.
Yeah, when I took a look at the roster, I'm like, wow, there's going to be a lot of players playing multiple games.
Yes.
Or levels.
Correct. 13-3. Fudge sets it from the back row. They hit it too far and out of bounds by Malaya Rain. 14-3 Lorain. 12-1 Titans since our last tie at 2. And Joe, we don't want to sound like a broken record, but it just, the pattern has continued all night long.
Dominant serving.
Dominant serving and the early lead, and you're able to, not have the other team come back to this point. And we've seen it at every level, every game. And nice crank up and serve and in, and well done by Kenya Simpson. 15-3 Lorain. Simpson, a junior, excited about that one. Joe, when you can get up like that and put it down, there's not a whole heck of a lot you can do about it if you're the other team, except get out of the way. Serve is sent by Rain to the middle of the front row. Fudge set it over, but there for the Titans putting it down is Kenya Simpson. 16-3, Titans in complete control. Lorain trying to get to 2-2 on the season. Warrensville Heights looking for their first win. The way this is going, they're going to have to wait a little longer to get it. Middle of the front row, putting it down for the Titans. It's going to be Jalea Wright, the sophomore, 17-3.
Yeah, it looks like Warrensville is going to take their timeouts home with them.
Yep. Well, it's been a long night. And we're a little late getting here. Got a long bus ride home, Joe. You're getting close to my bedtime. So, as far as I'm concerned, they can take their timeouts home with them. 17-3. Myrick with the set. Right side of the front row. Castro sends it over. Dug out nicely by the Tigers, and they hit it into the net. It's 18-3.
I'd be remiss, Rob, if I didn't mention one of our fans out there. Rob says, Cheryl says that we work well together.
But do we play well together, Joe? That might be the key.
Well, that's.
I think we have.
Yeah.
Myrick will hit that one into the net, and Warrensville Heights gets the point, and they trail 18-4. Joe, the last 2 points for Warrensville Heights have been on missed serves by Lorain. But no, it's nice to hear from Cheryl, and I agree with your wife. I do think you and I work well together.
I would concur.
Tigers put it into the net, 19-4.
Give you somebody to talk to.
You know, looks like you guys had a heck of a summer. Every time I looked up, you were somewhere.
Oh.
You know, I'm working and trying to keep everything together, and I look, and here's Joe, pitchers here, pitchers there, Joe and Cheryl here, Joe and Cheryl there.
I tell you what,
having
Rob,
the time of their lives.
The Blue Ridge Parkway was amazing.
Oh, very cool.
Amazing. And we only did a fraction of it.
That's, North Carolina, Virginia, right?
Yeah, we started at the northern part, right
Okay.
outside of Shenandoah National Park. We did at the beginning in Virginia and went down to North Carolina, close to Fancy Gap. We stayed in Mount Airy, which is Mayberry.
Oh, yeah.
Andy Griffin's hometown. Really cool.
Titans put it into the net. Back-to-back points for Warrensville Heights, 19-7. Did you say hi to Opie?
I didn't see him.
How about Barn? Sheriff Taylor?
Yeah, well, we got locked up in the jail, which was really cool. We get to ride around in the police car. Serious. Well, you've seen the pictures.
19-7. Lorain leads. And Warrensville Heights to serve. Serving is Miana Harris. Right side of the front row, Kristen Castro sends it over for the Titans. Dug out and played over by Warrensville Heights. Myrick hits it backwards, and the back there was Bivens. Now in the third hit, hitting it over and getting the point. Nice job by Leasia Castro.
Very nice.
20-7 Lorain. Castro, the sophomore, gets that one over, and then she'll get the serve here. Lorain 5 points away from this match. Third hit, Harris for the Tigers sends it over. Myrick with the set, middle of the front row, Patterson, and it's going to be a point for Lorain, 21-7. So Joe, just for a little housekeeping here, if this one ends with Lorain with a win, do I need to take a timeout before we wrap it up, or do I just...
Only if you want one.
Okay, I think we can do the wrap up right along with it.
I know you keep good notes all the way through, so...
So serving, up 21-7, 4 points away from the match. And Warrensville Heights mishit on that set, but they're able to get it over on the third. Myrick with the set. Patterson dinks it over. Dug out and sent back over by Rain for Warrensville Heights. And hitting it over.
How did that, did you say?
Yeah, it went over and through, and the Titans get the point.
Now, everybody on TV didn't see that because it was way up in the ceiling, but it actually went through the little gap there. It didn't hit anything, so it was good.
That's amazing. I've never seen that. 22-7, Lorain.
Pretty cool.
I guess the volleyball gods are smiling on the Titans tonight when you get that. And that can't be sent over. It's 23-7. Lorain 2 points away from the match. But a nice effort by Melina Rain, who dove to try to get that over. Unable to do so. And Castro, the sophomore, hits it over, hits off the ceiling, and now we're at match point. 24-7. So where Warrensville Heights got a little bit better in game 2. Joe, that momentum didn't continue here in the 3rd game.
Yeah, it sure did. Yeah, Lorain just dominant serving all night.
Yes. Castro again, good deep serve, and that's going to do it.
And that's apropos because that's what it's been all night. Just great serving by the Lady Titans.
So the Lorain Titans, varsity, they go to 2-2 on the campaign. Warrensville Heights still looking for their first win at 0-4. And Warrensville Heights loses to Lorain in 3, 25-9, 25-15, 25-7. In game 3, we were tied at 1, we were tied at 2, but then the Titans would get off to a 6-0 run to go up 8-2. 1 point for Warrensville Heights made it 8-3, but then another big run of 10 in a row made it 18-3. So, Joe, from 2-2 to 18-3, that's 16-1 run for Lorain. Warrensville Heights could never come back from that, and you take a look right there. There's Coach Caprice Irby and her team as they get congratulations all around. They get their 2nd win. They go to 2-2. They open up LEL play now at 1-0 as they get the home win over Warrensville Heights. So all in all, a really good night of volleyball, Joe.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for coming out and kicking off the TV20 season for us here in the Lorain High Gym.
Well, thanks for doing it, and my pleasure. I appreciate you asking me, and we'll look forward to next time. So that's going to do it for our coverage of varsity volleyball tonight. In 3 games, it was Lorain over Warrensville Heights, 25-9, 25-15, 25-7. For Joe Bach, this is Rob Polinsky reminding you, as you see the scoreboard, that you've been watching varsity volleyball on Lorain City Schools Television, WLCS TV 20, home of the good news for Lorain City Schools.